We got to roll with it.
This might work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good?
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Okay.
What do we got here, Carl?
This is the new Carnivore 2P. This is a very high-end 2-panel saddle that I've been working on for a couple of years now. Lots of new features, lots of different features from any other 2-panel saddle out there. So super pumped on this one. I ran it all season. We've been fielding the crap out of it, and guys love it. It's a really, really good saddle. You've got all the comfort of a really large 2-panel saddle, but in a very compact package. And a lot of it just has to do with the geometry of it. So we'll start here. You guys are probably getting used to seeing these. These are our rad buttons. We're starting to incorporate into a lot of different products. So it has a rad button connection system. You can they're spring loaded. You can just pull it, detach it, move them down. And you can simply snap them back on there, but you can also quietly, if you just hold the spring tension out on that socket there, you can put them on real quiet like that. I added some laser cut squadron to this saddle, made it more refined, just a little bit more attention to detail on it. So the suspender loops are all laser cut squadron, the rad button attachment, our labeling, and then the deployment handles for the bottom panel also have squadron on them. So the idea with the Carnivore is to, when you're wearing the saddle, whenever you want to put it in the 2-panel mode, you just release the rad buttons, and once they release, you simply slide your thumb straight down, and they go right into those loops, and you can deploy it like that. Now, this happens to, just because of the geometry of it, it is a very, very nice single panel saddle as well. It's really kind of the best of both worlds. It's super comfortable just as a single panel. I've had a lot of hunts where I've been set up for an hour and be like, oh, I forgot to open my saddle because I was comfortable. It was really nice. Got pretty aggressive with the geometry on this one. You can see here how the saddle chassis, it tapers down to a pretty sharp point. This is our new lay flat bridge loops. So there's no bunched up material right here. So they just come out a little ways, they turn back on themselves and go back. And you can see here, these two pieces of webbing are they're basically touching, right? So that eliminates any excess material that could bunch up or fold up in the saddle. So it just adds to the comfort, and it doesn't matter your body type at all. Big person, little person, doesn't matter. You're not gonna have any extra material. You're gonna be getting a perfect dynamic pull into the bridge from both panels of the saddle body. We have our tried and true continuous lineman loops on here. We have our bonus molly loops up here, so you can slide your pockets farther forward if you want. And so the geometry of this thing, we just really nailed it on it, worked on it for a long time, and the lay flat bridge loops just changed it completely as far as the comfort goes. So we'll hop down here to the bottom. Yeah, so this is obviously the inside view of the saddle. So we have our Freedom Belt that we've had on several saddles. It's great, fully adjustable. One thing we don't mention a lot with the Freedom Belt is any of our saddles that have the Freedom Belt, you can put on youth and kids, because you're able to take that buckle and slide it through that channel and literally bury it over here on this side. So in essence, from here to here, I mean, we're talking super tiny. So there's a lot of kids and youth that are running our Phantoms and stuff like that. So the Freedom Belt is really nice for that. So we've got our standard 1.5-inch buckle there. We've got our 1-inch micro buckles here for the leg loops. And then this is the new bridge. So this is our new patent pending quad lock bridge. And we'll go through it from the main line. So the main line is the same. It's got our full bearing on it like the rest of the saddle, so nothing different there. It's got our standard Prusik loop on it, so that's going to be familiar to everybody. And where it starts getting really good is how this Prusik and how the end of the main line are tied in to this loop. So this loop right here is all one continuous piece. This is all one piece. And over here we have what we call free float mode. So I call these bridge barrels. It's a little plastic component that allows this inner leg to float freely. Yeah. So if you want your 2-panel to be self-equalizing, you would run the bridge barrels in it. Each saddle is going to come with 2 of the bridge barrels, and they've got a slot in them, so you can just loosen this up a little bit, and you can completely remove the bridge barrel if you want to go into micro adjust mode. So again, that's free floating over there. All right, so over here on this side, I have it set for micro adjust mode. So there's not a bridge barrel over here on this side. But what you do is you grab this pull tab right here, you pull it, you can release the tension on the bridge, and that allows you to make micro adjustments to the pull of the saddle, top panel versus bottom panel. Get it where you want it, hold it in place, simply let go of the tab. Your body weight is going to cinch this down. It's going to cinch down around that inner loop, and it's going to hold in place perfectly. So yeah, I actually created the bridge way before the saddle was done, and we were just kind of testing it within our group. So this is the very first public appearance of our new quad lock bridge, and we built it specifically for this 2-panel saddle. So this is a great saddle.